So here today we're gonna play some Binding of Isaac. This is me, Zwayne Jones, playing by myself. I might get some other people to join me later on. Maybe I can switch out with them or something like that. I'm gonna play maybe a game or two of Binding of Isaac. So we'll start here on a new run, and we're gonna play as Isaac because I haven't locked anybody else yet. Because I'm starting over fresh. We're gonna start from the beginning. Binding of Isaac's one of those games that I really enjoy. It always reminds me of classic dungeon crawlers and stuff like that. In a certain respect of it's randomly generated and things like that. But it's also got the whole bullet hell kind of effect going on with it. So then it gives you kind of a double layer where it's like so you explore dungeons, but you also have to shoot things and stuff like that. So you're not gonna have magic powers or special abilities that you use to cast spells or special fighting stances and stuff like that. So when you upgrade stuff in the game, it's not based off of your choice. It's based off random chance what you discover and what you use. So I mean that's kind of different. It brings a lot of variety to the game. Also, a lot of the enemies are really, a lot of people would find them disturbing or bothersome or something like that. I think they're really cool because they represent a lot of a lot of it's based in what people, honestly, humanity and stuff like that. It's based in the seven deadly sins and things like that. And a lot of people think that has exclusively to do with religious connotations. And in all honesty, I mean the seven deadly sins are just really, if you look at them, things that in overabundance are bad for people in general. And a lot of the enemies in this game represent that kind of stuff. They also kind of look really malformed and ugly and stuff like that. And I don't know, I think that kind of adds to the aesthetic of the whole thing because obviously from the very beginning of the game, you're supposed to know it's supposed to have religious connotations to it. But the religious connotations to it don't have to be exclusively just Christian or anything like that. It could be anything, because a lot of the stuff that's in it, can be seen as other stuff. But a lot of it doesn't have to be religious at all. All of these things go back to old folk tales or old folklore and stuff like that. That's how a lot of stuff in a lot of Christian stories are starting to start out as, unfortunately, as just cultural adaptations of folk tales. Now, not a lot of people are going to bring that up. Not a lot of people are going to talk about that because, that might be blasphemous or something. But I'm going to be 100% honest with you on that. That's just my opinion. One of the things I've always been confused about in this game, though, is just the game's obsession with feces and shit. There's a lot of it in the game, and I've never really understood why. I've always been kind of amused by it because they do a really good job of displaying it and using it properly and giving it lots of usefulness and having great effects for it. But I've never understood exactly why the game is so obsessed with it. So I got this one right here. This looks like a plunger of some sort. And it probably is going to give me, I don't know exactly what it's going to give me, but I would suspect some kind of effect on my bombs, because I've already tried using it to see if it did anything. It hasn't done anything yet. Usually you use it the space bar or something like that, and that would activate your main special item. So I have not, it has not done that yet, so I'm not sure what it's going to do. And I think I'm talking just a tad too much because I'm letting myself get shot too much. So I'm going to try to cut that down just a little bit, not talk, but just talk slower maybe or less. A lot of these enemies, I've talked about a couple minutes ago, a lot of these enemies are really cool looking. I like the ones that have dual effects. If they run into fire, they change into they don't 100% change, but it gives them another effect on top of it, or they're on fire and it looks slightly different. That's really cool too. I like that in the game where the game tries to do as much as possible to give your enemies different like looks like that, so you don't get bored of the way enemies look. You know, like, you can play a game a lot of times if you really enjoy the game, but you will get bored if the game looks the same all the time. I know a lot of people complain about that for like different types of games and stuff like that. They say that, you know, your standard first-person shooters look really boring because they all seem kind of bland, and all you're doing is shooting people. I made a mistake there. I placed that bomb down a little too... Oh, okay, there you go. Yeah, a little too far away from those rocks, and I thought it was going to blow up, but I guess my special effect lets me detonate those whenever I want to. So now if I put a bomb down, like over here next to the wall, I can decide to blow it up by hitting spacebar, except for I did it too quickly there. So that's cool. That gives you a lot more control. I remember Bomberman, they had ones like that in the game. Those are really super handy, especially in situations where like you wanted to wait for the opponent to come around the corner or something like that. I really enjoyed those. So there's a white heart down here, half a white heart. I know that if I can keep that half a white heart until we go to the next level, it's actually going to give me a full white heart. I think they're called like, I don't remember. Anyway, I'm going to head over to the boss room now. We'll see who it is. The Duke of Flies. I actually really enjoy the Duke of Flies. He's really cool. A lot of people don't like flies and spiders and stuff like that in this game because they kind of seem to have like an unpredictability mechanic with them and everything. But I think the Duke of Flies is really cool because he's more of a minion-based boss. He's not one of those bosses that's just gonna like rage across the screen constantly. And I think he uses his minions really well because I remember in the previous game, before they remade it, he used to suck them into himself and then like push them further away from him across the screen, so that even if they were like slowly going towards you, they could still get you. Yeah, there you go. Gotta be careful. Ah, that hurt. Alright, how about one more? One more real fast. So there's a big room up there, which usually means there's several enemies up there. So I'll head back up that way here in a second. I really wish I had some keys whenever I see one of those arcade rooms. Okay, so I died fighting some of these last time. Honestly, I did it the wrong way. I fought them the really, very wrong way, and I need to be more careful about it. This blue dude, he's a special one. Usually you can get some like loot out of them or something. Extra loot, like a key or coins or something like that. And that's really cool. I like that. There are several games to incorporate that kind of thing. And it's always a cool effect. See, there's a heart. That's not too bad. Except I just lost it immediately. I'm really way out of practice on this game. And the Rebirth version, which is the one I'm playing, it adds kind of more stuff to it, so I'm not 100% used to that either, to be honest. These guys are really cool. There's another form of them that they kind of do the screaming thing and they kind of float towards you and stuff like that. The ones that are shooting ones, those always kind of really annoy me because it makes me have to like try to dodge them constantly and try to figure out how I'm going to get in there and shoot them and stuff like that. Some of my favorite ones are the ones that like hop around and teleport. I just think that's really cool. It's a really great mechanic, especially since it's like random chance and you can't control where they go. And one of those specifically is like a headless body that it'll jump up and it'll like land and like shoot out stuff at you, and frequently it'll land on fire and catch on fire and do more damage to you. Because if it runs into you, then it'll do fire damage to you and something like that. I think it's just one of those that has the multi-tiered effect. I really enjoy that. Okay, got that guy done. I have one bomb. There's sometimes rocks, like these ones here, but they're kind of a bluish color. If you blow them up, they give you blue hearts, and they have a special name also. And they won't regenerate though normally. You gotta get more blue hearts to regenerate them, unfortunately. So that's too bad. But your red ones will heal up with some items, and of course red hearts because you find those real easy. But so that's what I was looking for around here. I'm hoping to find one of those blue hearts, because that would be super handy to find. But I didn't find anything like that. Just trying to do a drive-by real quick. Oh. Well, that's me dead. Alright, well I guess that's enough for now. Alright, well thanks for watching. I'm gonna look into the game some more and try to learn some more of the names of stuff, so next time when I record, I won't be like, yeah, that's just the blue one, or whatever. Alright, thanks. Bye.